Hi guys, it's Vera Sweeney from Lady in the Blog, and today I am doing my first ever Clean With Me video, taking down my Christmas decorations. We definitely over decorate, and it was about time to take back my dining room. So I just had so much to do. I mean, I think I must have had over 100 items in the dining room alone. And we put everything up the day after Thanksgiving, and we don't take things down until the 12th day of Christmas, which is, the first week of January, I believe. And so I was really itching to get everything down and have back a clean and just sane space. And so I started with one side of the wall and really worked my way down. I didn't have any other way to tackle it but just from right to left. And my bar cart, I like to trade out per holiday, and Christmas is definitely the holiday that has the most stuff on it, and so I had to get rid of the most stuff, and that's exactly what I did. I took away the most holiday centric items, and for Valentine's Day I really just added one additional piece to my bar cart. I'm not gonna go crazy this time of the year, so I gave everything a once over, a nice clean wipe down, and I pretty much just reduced. I didn't really add much during this part of the season, and it feels good. It feels good to not clutter up the space after having hundreds of Christmas cards and literally about 100 pieces of ornamental design regarding the holidays. And honestly, it was time to start taking away and decluttering. And as you can see behind me, once we get to this corner, there was just so much to go through. So really every section, every layer got a nice quick wipe down. It felt good also to get my blankets back in order. I have 3 children, and they just love to go after the blankets that I tell them to please leave alone. I just want my blankets where they belong, but kids will be kids, and that's okay. So as I walked through my section, I pulled apart each corner and I stacked them in my Tupperware bins right away. I just picked them up and I put them right into my Tupperware bins. That way I didn't have to worry about double duty, putting away stuff twice, and that made it a lot easier. This year we decided to use painter's tape, and we put all our Christmas cards right on our brick wall that we have inside our dining room, and it was fun to look at all our friends. But as I wiped away and as I took down all those cards, it felt really great to see that clean wall come to fruition again. So I really was happy to see all of that show up once again. The mantle, I have to say, was the saddest thing for me to see go. I really love looking at my mantle every day, and nothing like hanging stockings for little children. But to be honest with you, I don't have a proper mantle set up as of yet, and you will see that in a bit. But I do have a daughter that loves to do some art, and so what we like to do is we just like to display her art. So once I was able to clean up that wall in its entirety, and boy, how bare does everything look once you start taking everything down. But it's okay, because it feels good to be bare right now, because I have been living in a state of holiday chaos for over 2 months, and I kind of need it. I need a mental break from just busyness, total busyness. And with that busyness, I think moms, you'll understand when I say this, there becomes this invitation to just drop everything as you go around. I mean, there are children that just come into the house and they plop their toys down and they plop their computers down. And as you can see, I have my Dunkin' Donuts, and I have some seltzer, and I have another cup, and it's just an invitation for mess. And I think that when you have a messy space, it sort of allows you to think that you can get a little lax And, you know, as a parent, that's obviously something that we tend to do anyway, but I think once you see what the final result is, children will think twice about going ahead and just dropping their book bags and their shoes and their empty cups and their dirty plates. At least that's the hope, because for the last 2 months it hasn't quite been that way. I mean, that table is exactly what my table has looked like for the last 6 weeks or so, and that's just not a lie. So I'm trying to fill my mantle with things that I have around the house, because like I said, I don't really have a proper spring centerpiece yet. We're still on the market. We're still in the market for that. And luckily, like I said, my daughter loves to paint. And so we do tend to use a lot of the things that she brings home. We're very lucky for that. One of the big paintings that we have on our wall comes from her. And I enjoy doing that because I like her art over anything else, of course. It's very sentimental to us. This is one of the Christmas presents that she gave me. And even though it is red and green, it is something that we're going to display all year round because it was a Christmas present that she made from the heart. And thankfully, our dining room is finally coming along. We just painted it white. It was a navy blue for about 4 years. So we had a very dark, deep, rich room. And now it is so light and airy, and as you can see, we're still looking for a piece to go on the right side of our fireplace mantle. We haven't purchased that yet. We haven't purchased a piece to go next to our 2 chairs. That wall is empty as well. We are in the middle of decorating this room, so we are very excited about that. We don't really have a clue yet what to put there, so if you have any ideas, please let us know. The last thing that we have to get rid of is our Christmas tree, and I am taking down the ornaments next. That's my next responsibility. So, but the room looks a lot different than what it did about an hour ago. So the last part of this tree, believe it or not, the lights are automatically set in the tree, so I don't have to worry about taking down the lights, but the ornaments have to go. So that's okay. And for this tree, I did add just a couple of ornaments that my children made throughout the year, but normally this is a flock tree that just has white ornaments, or natural ornaments or gloss ornaments. I don't really put anything else on this tree. We have a second tree that is called our travel tree that has been taken down already. And that is the one that we have, souvenir ornaments and things that they've brought home, fun stuff like that. But this is our white flocked tree, and so anything that goes on this tree has to sort of resemble that. The kids don't normally touch this tree, if I'm being honest with you. This is a display tree. And yes, I have 2 trees. Does that make me crazy? I'm not sure. So my husband has to come and help me take this tree down because it's quite heavy. And it takes him about 2 minutes. If I were to do this, this would take me about 45 minutes. So it's all about delegating. I don't mind putting away everything else, but that part I cannot do. So I call in the reinforcements when I need to. So he went ahead and did that for me. Thank you very much. Last step is vacuuming. My dog does not like vacuuming. He doesn't understand. He's been with us for about 16 months. He still cannot understand what is happening with the vacuum. We love him to pieces. He's a rescue pup. We got him from a hurricane down in Florida. And I don't know. We just can't understand. He doesn't understand the noise. He still has not figured out what is happening. So we try to, talk him through it, but they don't speak human. So we just sort of smile and tell him, "It's okay, buddy. It's okay. We're almost done." So that took not very long, and he calmed down quite quickly after that. and our chairs go back in and we are done.